Hi everyone, welcome to Volleyball DNA, where we examine the characteristics that make up some of the most intriguing personalities in the world of volleyball. I'm Anton Rojas.
And I'm Denden Lazaro. The subject for this episode is a proven winner, 4 UAAP championships, and an astounding 87-19 win-loss record in the past 7 seasons proves that this person is almost always the most passionate individual on the court, even though he's not one of the players. Yes, we are welcoming to the program the head coach of the Ateneo Lady Eagles and my new coach with the Choco Mucho Flying Titans, Coach Oliver Almadro.
There he is!
Hi, Coach!
Wow!
Coach, gusto ko yung product placement mo dun sa likod.
Ay. Oh,
yeah. There you go.
Yan, yan. Actually, hindi ko na binago. May, yung bike sa taas.
Coach, thank you so much for the time. Na-miss kita, Coach. Na-miss ko yung mga usap-usapan natin before games, loob at labas ng dugout, mga kwentuhan natin. Na-miss ko yun, Coach. It's good to finally see you again.
Yes, nakakamiss yung games, nakakamiss yung sports itself, nakakamiss yung volleyball. Though, nakikita kami nila din, meron kami mga training, pero iba talaga yung actual, yung on-site. So, kagaya na sinasabi ko kanila din, iba talaga yung on-site sa online. Hirap na ng sitwasyon natin ngayon, though pwede naman, but we really di tayo pwede mag-take risk. Health first, safety first.
How are you nowadays, Coach? Because you have like kids starting their online classes. How are you coping?
I've been telling the team nga na I wonder before, bakit hindi na nga pupunta sa school, hindi pala ganon. Only to find out na dalawa pala kami naka-enroll ng grade 2 ko kasi kasama pala ako sa magle-lesson. After isang synchronous, magbe-break asynchronous, kasama ako, tapos kasama ako sa lahat. So dalawa pala kami naka-enroll. So yun. Busy ako sa grade 2, may isang grade 11 sa Ateneo. Ganon din yun. And then yung isang magka-college in Ateneo also. So tatlo sabay-sabay, and my wife is work from home. And then from time to time, may ganito ako, so 5 kami. Hindi namin alam kung saan kami papwesto here in our house, small house.
Wow, so, the teaching never stops for Coach O.
Yeah, hindi siya talaga pwedeng tumigil.
Coach, naalala ko when I first met you, this was when ABS-CBN Sports started covering men's volleyball matches na hindi lang yung Final Four and the finals.
Yes, and it's taped, ha? Tape lang yun, ha?
Oh, it was taped. It's good that you reminded me of that, Coach. It's good that you reminded me of that. I remember that moment, Coach. You just got back to Ateneo. You were telling me your story of how you were already coach of Ateneo and then you went to NU, tapos bumalik ka. And then you were telling me about where you came from, in Leyte, in Palo. Is that how you pronounce your hometown, Palo or Palo? Palo.
Yes, Palo.
Okay. Palo, Leyte, which is a neighboring city of Tacloban. And Palo was also affected by Yolanda back in 2013. Coach, can you tell us about what it was like for you growing up in your hometown? And
Actually, I didn't grow up in Palo.
Okay.
So
okay.
I grew up in Manila, but I frequently go there. Dahil nandun kasi yung ancestral house namin.
I see.
And yun nga, yung ancestral house namin hindi nasira ng Yolanda. But yung mga relatives ko medyo nawala sa Yolanda. But siguro na nakuha ko with the culture of Palo is being resilient. People in Visayas are very resilient. My father taught me to be resilient, taught me to be yung survivor. Turo sa akin ng father ko yan na you can do it basta you have to do it right, and yun ang meron yung mga taga Eastern Visayas the resiliency, the hard work.
So Coach, when you came to Manila, you were just a kid then?
No, I already grew up. I grew up here. Mm-hmm. I grew up here. I just frequently go there. So sa Palo. So kasi because during that time dito na nag-work yung father ko So dito na siya nagwo-work. So yun ang aking So pag pupunta ka doon, I almost studied there.
Wow.
Nung college. My father is telling me to study there. Sabi nga niya, punta ka doon. Pag nandun ka, sigurado okay ka doon. Kasi hindi ka magugutom. I mean, may palayan, may ano, bakit hindi ka magugutom. And then, but of course, city life is, kung nasanay ka dito yun na lang ang ano. Pero my cousins studied in UP Tacloban.
Yung parents mo pala, coach, mga Thomasians?
Yes, my father, my auntie, my family, almost all of my family are Dominicans. That's why when I studied in UST, electrical engineering ako in UST. But I found my kumbaga nag-volleyball na ako noon, nag-sports na ako noon. And I tried out sa UST volleyball men's during that time. And during that time, ang nananalo lang sa men's volleyball na during that time is FEU and UST. So imagine how strong UST and FEU way back then. Ang player noon is kakagraduate lang ni Coach Oji and he was assisting the men's team na. And siguro ang kabatch ko noon will be si Rolly Casilian, a famous setter yon. And naabutan ko si Doc Laurel. Naabutan ko siya.
Si Doc yan!
Pero ano na siya, pag graduate na rin siya, no? Doctor na siya, setter siya. Pero nagka-try out ako noon. But because of engineering subject, ang hirap pagsabayin. So I only played doon lang sa college namin sa engineering. But siguro, ang dream ko talaga kasi is, to be a lawyer. Gusto ko pre-law.
Wow.
Gusto ko talaga pre-law. So, I'm asking my father na gusto ko talaga psych, gusto ko talaga AB Psych, or gusto ko talaga mag-education major in history. Yun ang gusto ko talaga. But my father doesn't want me to get there because all of them are teachers na. He thought na doon din ako pupunta sa pagiging teacher. No, engineering. Hanggang sa I convinced him na no, ayaw ko talaga na engineering. Actually, hindi ako school bukol nun, pero parang hirap ako eh. So he told me, sige, kung lilipat ka, ang gusto kong school noon talaga, dream school ko talaga, Ateneo.
Wow.
Si Prilo. Ateneo and San Beda. Yan ang gusto ko talaga. And then, hindi namin kaya sa Ateneo. Siyempre, during that time na naman so parang, hindi namin ma-afford yun. Kaya ako gusto yun. Kasi my father was working in MWSS beside Katipunan, Ateneo. So, pag mabiyahe, nakikita ko lagi sa dream school ko. Now, so, hindi nga kaya yon. So, sabi ko, sige, Prilo, San Beda. So, gusto ko San Beda. But, nung time na papayagan ako ng tatay ko na lumipat, malis ng UST, sabi niya, basta hindi ka po pwede lumipat na hindi Dominican. Kailangan Dominican. So, I went to Letran. So, na went to Letran, yes, pa-enroll na ako ng AB Psych. During that time, nagbo-boom yung computer. Kumbaga hindi pa uso, pero yung demand ng computer courses, pataas. So nag-shift ako, sabi ko, sige, ito na lang muna kukuhanin ko. Nag-computer management ako sa Letran. So yun nandun ako, tapos I tried out sa volleyball doon. Yun the rest is, nag-volleyball ako. Ang coach ko noon, si Coach Ness and Coach Ramil.
Oh, I see. So, Coach, you mentioned earlier that you came from a family of teachers and your dad wanted you to become a teacher as well.
Yeah.
You didn't want at first, but eventually you made your way to becoming a coach, which is somewhat like a teacher already. So, what made you decide to become a coach?
Siguro, nung time na nasa Letran ako, I didn't see myself na magtuturo at magko-coach. But I'm really playing volleyball. Gusto ko talaga mag-volleyball. Actually, tumatakas ako nung college ako, nung high school ako, nung college. Ayaw pa ng father ko, gusto niya mag-aral lang. So, ginagawa ko noon, yung rubber shoes ko, ilalagay ko dun sa gate namin. O, saan ka pupunta? Doon lang po sa tabi, kila tita. Pero tatakbo ko doon yung rubber shoes ko. Punta na ako, maglalaro na ako sa kung saan-saan. And then, hindi niya alam na varsity ako in Letran. Wow. Hindi niya alam. So, tumatakas talaga ako noon. Nagtatakas siya, ba't aga-aga ako pumapasok, tapos pagod ako umuwi. Tapos yung bag ko na malaki, pag uwi ko sa bahay, dinidiretso ko kagad sa kwarto ko, di yan nakikita. Until, kasi wala akong scholarship nung umattend ako kasi I'm just a tryout. So, hindi naman ako recruit. So, Wala pa ako scholarship noon, unang taon. But I really love playing volleyball. So talagang push talaga ako, nagpursige talaga ako. Until the second year ko, I was gifted with a scholarship. Sa ano ko, sa transcript, meron na akong scholarship.
Wow.
So sabi ko, doon nagkaroon ako ng lakas sa loob sa parents ko na sabihin na I'm an athlete. So sabi ko, hindi ka na magbabayad. ng So it started naman, maliit hanggang sa naging 100%. And then eventually, after a year, meron na akong dorm. So, though hindi ako ganun ako yung superstar ng team, siguro nakitaan ako ni Coach Ramil, ni Coach Nes ng leadership. That's why when they go out of country, kasi coach sila na national team they out of country, binibili nila sa akin yung team. That's when I found out na, oops, pwede pala ako magturo. So, binibili sa akin yung team, ako yung in charge sa program. Though hindi ako yung minsan nga hindi pa ako nala-line up So, nag-trinast ako ni Coach Nes at ni Coach Ramil ng team. Until may isang tournament, Coach Ramil got me kasi si Coach Nes was still coaching FEU. So pag bumibiyahe kami, FEU and Letran, si Coach Nes in charge sa FEU, si Coach Ramil in charge sa Letran. And then assistant coach ako ni Coach Ramil, nag-champion yung women's volleyball ng Letran. So doon nagsimula na kasama na nila ako as coach. Tapos bumalik ako sa school ko nung high school, nag-start na ako magturo for free. Tinulungan ko yung team namin. Tapos ayun na, habang nasa Letran ako, first coaching job ko na wala sa city ko is yung Colegio de Santa Rosa, exclusive school for girls. So that's yun yung team. So doon nagsimula na tuloy-tuloy hanggang sa 1997 sinama ako ni Coach Emil sa Lasal. So doon na nagsimula. So I really didn't know na bagay pala ako mag-coach. So nakita ko na lang yung nakitaan ako siguro ng leadership kaya nagtuloy-tuloy na lang.
Coach, hold on. Coach Ramil was in Letran? As in nagko-coach siya ng Letran? Wow, I did not know this. Oh, okay. Okay.
He was the assistant coach of Coach Nes.
I see.
He was the assistant coach of Coach Nes.
All right. So what's the story, Coach, of Coach Ramil and you going to Lasal? So parang sinama ka ni Coach Ramil sa Lasal, ganun po ba?
Yes, sinama ako sa Lasal. Actually, dalawa kami na mag-teammate. Ako lang yung mama. And then, yun na, nag-start na kami noon. Noong una, meron pa nga yun, unang SEM yata, free pa ako, wala pang bayad Kumbaga kasama ka lang. Hanggang sa yun, tuloy-tuloy na. And magkasama kami ni Coach Shamil sa Lasal when doon na nag-start yung pagiging serious ko sa coaching. And I was nervous. It's because magko-coach ako, hindi naman ako superstar. Kumbaga, all I thought, alam ko noon, ang nagko-coach lang is yung mga magagaling na player. Yun ang talagang tingin ko nung araw, basta magagaling na player, yun ang magko-coach. So until na-prove ko naman na you don't have to be that superstar to be a coach. Kasi si Coach Shamil din nagsasabi sa akin noon. Siya rin na nagsasabi sa akin noon na no, hindi mo kinakailangan maging para mag-coach. Importante, alam mo ituturo mo. So, yun yung time na magkasama na kami ni Coach Ramil.
Coach, what were the things that you learned from him? Yung time niyo together, those were long years together. What were the things that you learned from him that until today you carry with you?
Well, first, yung sipag at tiyaga. Yan, sabi niya talaga, sipag at tiyaga, yan ang magdadala sa'yo. And second tumatak sa akin to. Huwag kang magre-rely sa ibang tao para ka umakyat. I mean, you work from bottom pataas on your own. Asahan mo yung sarili mo. So, yun ang ginagawa ko. Nag-aaral ako, inaaral ko. There comes a time na minsan mas gusto ko ako lang mag-isa kasi pas alam ko yung gagawin ko. Yung mga ganun bagay. Kasi nasanay ako sa kanya na ganun. Ano pa ba? Yun, yung mga natutunan. Kasi kayo yung Manalo matalo, practice pa rin. Talagang wala tigil.
Coach, pag nakikita ka ng tao, mga volleyball fans right now, syempre, Coach O, Ateneo yan, Ateneo. Because you've been so successful with Ateneo. But people tend to forget that you spent 11 years with LaSalle. And when you're reminded of that, parang wow, marami na kayo napagdaanan, maraming mga teams, maraming mga players, and a lot of championship years. Kasama na doon, Coach O, yung three-peat from season 66 to season 68.
Yes.
What are your most fondest memories about those championship years? I think you were there for 4 championships. Yung pinakauna, nandun pa,
Yes.
the Remulla sisters were there, and then yung three-peat from 66
1999.
to 68. Wow. All right. Fondest memories, Coach, during your
1999,
time.
Yung 1999, so that was the first. Kasi first championship, kasi I'm not sure. Alam ko never pa nag-champion yung LaSalle noon for volleyball, sa women's volleyball. So yun, 1999, that's history, kumbaga parang sa LaSalle noon. And doon din nagsimula mapansin din yung volleyball nung LaSalle. And then nung una wala pang masyadong sumusuporta rin eh. All I know si Sir Tony Liao, siya tumutulong sa amin noon. Kahit unofficial, he is helping the LaSalle women's volleyball team. And then after noon, yun na, may mga managers na dumarating, sila Sir Popoy Wico. So fondest memory ko yung 1999. Well, 1999, siguro sabihin ko na, fondest memory namin, nawala kasi yung the middle of the tournament. Nawalan kami ng setter na nabuntis. Na-pregnant yung setter namin at the middle of the season. So, during that time, alakas ng lineup sana namin noon eh. So, we thought, the previous year before that, nag first runner-up na kami. So, iba kasi yung yung sistema ng UAP noon, hindi kagaya nito na Final Four. Hindi Final Four noon eh. So, napakahirap manalo. Kasi kailangan ka kumuha ng maraming wins and then top 2 lagi. So, kung may team na sweep, kailangan twice to beat mo siya doon sa dulo, sa championship sa dulo. So, twice to beat. So, mangyayari noon, FEU noon was twice to beat. Noong unang game namin, panalo kami, televised.
Wow.
Oh.
Nung hindi na televised, talo kami. So that was kami, masakit sa amin yun. So ibig sabihin, dapat on our second year ni Coach Jamil, champion na. So hindi pa rin. On our third year, tsaka kami nag-champion. Yun naman yung fondest memory ko na hindi pa uso mga PT, wala pa uso. And Ivy Remulla, first game namin, championship, na-sprain siya. Game 1, yeah. Ito ang pinaka gusto kong championship, hindi ko talaga makalimutan tong year na to eh. Di ba, nawala na nga kami ng setter. Tapos ang setter namin noon, during that time kasi in charge ako sa setter.
Okay.
Nung may time kay Coach Jamil, in charge ako sa setter. Tsaka nung nagka-libero, in charge ako sa libero. So, meron si Holly Reyes noon, hindi siya setter, spiker siya, tapos second setter, gano'n, spiker siya. Ginawa lang namin siyang setter the middle of the season. Tapos, yun nga, mabot kami ng championship. Ivy Remulla, no, game 1, na-sprain. Na-sprain si Ivy Remulla. So talagang, wala, middle. Siya yung isa sa pinakamagaling na middle siya nung araw. So, in a span of 3 to 4 days, nagbasa ako ng libro, paano ba kagaling yung sprain. So, yun lang ginawa ko hanggang sa nanalo kami ng susunod na game. And, na yun yung championship na yun is, as far as I remember, it's 5th set, it's 12-9, lamang UST, timeout, huling timeout namin. Sabi nung isang player doon, gusto ko masasabi, si Iris Patrona ngayon, Iris Ortega. Sabi lang niya kay Holly, basta, bigay mo sa akin, ako nang bahala.
Wow.
Imagine, ibigay mo sa akin, ako nang bahala. And that point, tuloy-tuloy yun. Sa kanya nag-champion kami noon.
Wow.
So,
I'm getting goosebumps.
Yeah, me
Yes,
too.
ako din.
Because I know Ate Iris. Sobrang
Yes.
palaban siya.
yun. Tapos, yun nga, si Ivy coming from a spring. Tapos, that was the first year yata na introduce yung libero. So, syempre, in charge ako doon. So, ang sarap-sarap ng feeling yung first. And then, yung sa three-peat championship naman nila Sal, first three-peat namin, syempre, pinakamasarap doon yung sweep. Kasi meron time no na pag-sweep champion. So, pag naka-sweep ka na, champion na. So, yun, meron sa kami sweep noon na meron kaming championship na sweep namin. So, ang sarap na feeling na natapos na kagad yung season. Basta ma-sweep mo lang. So, hirap eh. Panahon ni Ila yun. Yung sweep na yun, si Manila Santos na yun. Shermaine Peñano, Chisaet na yun. So,
Coach Oliver, I just want to ask you about Ila Santos because she was telling us a story of when she first went to LaSalle na in love daw siya sa campus. Pero nung una, hindi pa daw siya masyado pinapansin ni Coach Ramil kasi maliit siya.
Yes.
So what about you? Ikaw naman, Coach. Like when you saw Ila Santos, ano naman yung impression mo sa kanya? Pinapansin mo ba siya? Like, did she approach you? Paano ba yun?
Si Coach Ramil talaga unang titingnan niyan height, Coach Ramil. Ako kasi dahil maliit ako, alam naman niya, maliit akong player kahit nung nasa litan ako. Minsan, ganun kami. Sabi niya, Coach, laban yan. Kahit maliit yan, laban yan. May mga ganun ako. Sa setter, sa middle. Actually, may isang middle blocker kami. Si Desiree Hernandez. Siguro kasi laki lang siya ni Jules Samonte. Laki lang siya mas malaki pa nga si Ponggay sa mga ganun ng height. Maliit lang si Desiree Hernandez. Pero MVP siya, middle. And kahit sino talangin mo ng batch niya, grabe mag-running, grabe mag-quick, gano'n. So, may mga times na talagang gusto ni Coach Jamil height, number 1 sa kanya height. Si Ila Santos, during that time, nung napunta siya doon, actually, napunta siya sa ibang school. Tapos ito, I remember this. Tapos, sa ibang school na siya, siguro feeling niya, hindi siya Tapos, kami ni Coach Jamil, coach din kami sa Zobel.
Yeah.
And imagine na buhay namin ni Coach Ramil noon, mas matagal pa kami magkasama kaysa sa pamilya namin. Kasi training namin in LaSalle is 8 to 12, something like that. So alis kami, Novaliches ako siya, Bulacan. So oras kami aalis. So dapat kami na 8 o'clock sa LaSalle. Tapos tatapos kami ng 12. Tapos may training na kami sa Zobel ng 3 o'clock. Zobel hanggang na yun, hanggang 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. And then uwi kami, oras na. So, gano'n. So, noong time na nire-recruit namin sila Ila, alam ko nang si Ila, umalis na. Kumbaga parang hindi niya alam na makukuha na siya sa LaSalle. Nag-uusap lagi kami ni Coach Jamil sa bus. Kasi nagko-commute kami ni Coach Jamil lang noon. Bus lang kami, papuntang, ang haba di ba? Papuntang South Luzon Expressway. Nag-uusap lang kami. Tapos sabi niya, sige, tawagan mo. Sa bus, tumawag ako, Ila, Manila, where are you? Nandito ako sa punta ka na tomorrow sa LaSalle. Okay ka na, pwede ka na sa LaSalle. Tapos, alam ko na nandun siya sa school na yon, lumipat-takbo kagad siya na siya LaSalle. Talagang gusto niya mag-LaSalle. So, punta na siya LaSalle. So, hindi pa siya masyado nagagamit noon, pero mataas talaga siya tumalon. Kung tawagin namin siya is, may LC sa puwet. May LC sa until, siguro blessing in disguise, hindi naman siguro sinasadya. There's a player na sobrang lakas din, si Carissa Gotis. Carissa Gotis was from UST, my recruit also from UST, going to LaSalle, na ACL on her second year. So yun ang time na si Ila naglakapaglaro. So, nung first 6 na si Ila, lalo pa siya nag-improve. So, si Ila kasi hardworking, yung tahimik, pero gagawin lahat, magsasarili, mag-overload. So hanggang sa, yun nga, kahit maliit siya, naging one of the best outside hitter siya sa UAP.
Yeah.
So,
Coach, you've spent such a long time in DLS. You've had a very successful run with the team. But what led to the change? Why move to a different school?
well, first, Coach Ramil was really pushing me na, alam mo, kaya mo na mag-head coach eh. Ginagano niya ako. Actually, during that time na naglalasal ako, meron ako isang school, is a St. Jude College. Sa isang tournament din siya. College din siya. Tapos, pinupush niya, tinutulungan niya ako doon. And then, kung ano yung natututunan ko, ina-apply ko. Hanggang sa may time yun na nagkaroon ng opening sa men's muna. Sabi niya, sa men's ka na. Kaya mo yan. Sabi ko, coach, di ko pa kaya. Pero during that time, Mr. Ricky Palu was a friend of ours. Friend na namin si Sir Ricky Palu noon eh. Kasi because of D-League. He asked me na, baka gusto mo nang pumunta sa Ateneo. Noon pa, before Coach Ronald Dulay pa. Palawon pa nila Charo, nila Pati Taganas, Carla Bello, sila yon. So sabi nila si Stephanie Gabriel, sabi niya, sige na, taka dito. And parang I was still afraid. Parang takot pa ako na magsarili. Pero si Coach Shamil, hindi siya unlike ibang coaches na pag may coach na aalis at ilipat ibang school, ikaw, bala ka. Parang, di ba, bitter. Parang siya, baka ito na opportunity mo, sige, tanggapin mo na yan. So, sabi ko, coach, di ko pa kaya, parang gano'n. So, yung unang taon na yon, wala pa, hindi pa ako hindi pa, hanggang sa na-open up nga yung position sa Ateneo, and then nirecommend na namin si Coach Ronald Dulay. So, si Coach Ronald Dulay na yung nag-Ateneo coach. So, ako, I was still with Coach Shamil. When I was still with Coach Shamil, okay pa kami. And then, until parang, nagkaroon ng opportunity na inbatahan ako sa, parang nag-leave ako sa Lasal. It's because gusto ko talagang i-pursue yung masterals ko. Gusto ko mag-aral. At the same time, sabi ko, kung UAAP, mahirapan ako. So sabi niya, I was offered by College of St. Benilde. So nagpunta ako sa Benilde. And at the same time, may Ateneo. Hanggang sa sinabi ni Ateneo na gusto mag full-time na dito. So, paalam naman ako. Actually, ang doon, si Mr. Popoy Wicong manager namin, I don't know if it's Brother Bernie already or hindi pa, si Sir Edwin Reyes na yun na nandun. Nagpaalam ako. Sabi nila na it's okay. But si Sir Popoy Wicong, sabi niya, basta huwag muna women's ha. Ginagano niya ako, huwag muna women's ha. Sabi niya, huwag muna women's. Sabi ko, yes sir, I was offered naman sa men's. So, yun. Nung nasa Ateneo, in-offer sa akin yung men's, doon ako umalis totally sa Lasal and then sa CSB. It's because head coaching job na yung binigay sa Ateneo. And during that time, Coach Shamil was so supportive. And during that time, parang nag-attempt pa yata sila noon. Kasi during that time, sumasali sila sa V-League. Sila Maureen Penetrante, sila yung ibang players. And sabi niya, Coach, huwag ka nang tumuloy, balik ka na. There was a time na Coach Shamil na, baka gusto bumalik. Ganon. Coach, dito na ako na, sige, kumbaga naman siya, open naman siya. And he was really supportive. And I remember, during that time na nasa Ateneo, ingatan mo na yan, start na yan. Yan naman siya.
Coach, grabe yung kwento mo kasi dati, di ba, nadadaan-daanan mo lang yung Ateneo and then you said that was the school that you really wanted to go to. And then you went to the rival school, LaSalle, spent 11 years there. And then finally, by a strange/amazing turn of events, you end up at the school that you dreamed about being in. Did you experience culture shock though? Kasi syempre, iba ang buhay sa Taft at iba ang buhay sa Katipunan. What was it like setting foot finally in Ateneo for the first time?
Ang pinakamahirap sa akin during that time kasi when I was with LaSalle during that time, umaangat na yung volleyball team sa LaSalle. Kumbaga parang during that time I'm in charge of the recruitment sa LaSalle. I was in charge. I was the one who recruited Cha Cruz, Stephanie Mercado, Maureen Penetrante, Carissa Gotis, Ila, Chisae, Sherman Peñan. I was the one. And ang tawag nga sa akin noong araw, illegal recruiter. Kasi nga yung mga coaches akala nila para ayan na si Oliver. Mahirap yung recruitment noon, lalo na during that time. And tapos doon na-establish na namin yung recruitment, yung program. So di ba pag naka-establish ka na, meron ka ng baseline, meron ka ng pinangahawakan. Pagpunta sa Ateneo, well, Ateneo is slowly going up na sa volleyball. But of course, meron ka pa rin, kasi sa Lasal ganito, meron ka na may mga comparison ka. Kasi sa Ateneo kasi medyo, during my time, talaga strict din sa Lasal. Pero pagpunta ko sa Ateneo, mas strict pala. I mean, mas strict yung recruitment, mas strict yung QPI. I mean, meron naman, Lasal meron naman. But there's a different way of handling student athletes. They have their different way of handling student athletes. Siguro pagdating sa volleyball, mauna na-establish sila sa LE. So, alam na nila paano gagawin. So, until sumabol na to yung Ateneo. And paglipat ko doon sa Ateneo, hindi pa ako masyadong na culture shock. It's because men's yung hawak ko. I was strict kasi men's, kumbaga magiging strict kaya walang problema. Siguro kung women's kagad hinawakan ko noon, baka sakaling. Yun. So, nung nasa men's team ako, yun na, player ko si Doc AJ, si Timmy, yan ang aking mga player during those times. So, siguro different ways of handling student athletes. Same, parehong stricto. Nauna na-establish si Lasal talaga. So, yun.
But Coach, you were under Coach Romil's wing for a long time. But how did you find your own coaching style? I mean, that must have been hard.
Yes, sobrang hirap. Yung technique ko kasi, I've been under Coach Ness, Coach Ramil,
Great
Coach
coaches.
Ronald. And during that time, from time to time, si Coach Kid Santos, kasama ko yan. Kasi sabay yung training namin noon, nung college ako, si Coach Kid, yung Letran, tsaka FEU. And then may time naman na nakakasama ko sa mga coaching course, kasi yun ang grupo sila Coach Emil Lontok. Nakasama ko sa grupo, So ako is a type of coach that I really observe. I observe. Even basketball, to tell the truth, hindi lang volleyball coaches o volleyball training ang pinanonood ko. I also watch basketball training. I also watch other sports trainings because I pick up some na po pwede sa sport ko. But it's not the technicals. It's not about the X and O's. It's about how, kumbaga sa basketball, sometimes may training yung bigs, may training yung small, may training yung ganito position. So I applied it. Pwede pala, ihiwalay ko yung training na ganyan, ihiwalay ko yung training na gano'n, mga ganon. Yeah. So I pick up kung anong si Coach Ness is yung gamble niya. Si Coach Ness, magamble yun sa game. Si Coach Ramil sa preparation. Si Coach Ronald, hindi ko yata nakuha, malumanay kasi si Coach Ronald, hindi ko nakuha pagiging malumanay. Yun. Si Coach Kid naman, maraming metaphors. Maraming hugot si Coach Kid. Si Coach Emil is so prayerful coach. Prayerful si Coach Emil.
I'm starting to see where you got everything, Coach O.
So,
it's a combination of all of them.
Unti-unti, pwede pala. And then, I've been watching basketball practices noon nandun ako sa sa Lasal. Pagkahapon, upo talaga ako sa bleachers, nanonood talaga ako ng basketball training. Kasi isang court lang kami, unlike sa atin magkaiba. Nanonood talaga ako how they handle yung mga paano paikot ng tao. And then, pag nakikita ko sila Coach Ronnie magsanok sa mga coaching clinic, titignan ko parang sila nagpapa-drills. So, may mga bagay-bagay na pwede pala sa volleyball. It's not the technicals, may mga bagay-bagay. And then, of course, alam mo naman yan, Anton, I love basketball. So, I am volunteering madalas sa SBP as a team attaché ng mga teams. So, pag naging team attaché ako, for example, nag-team attaché ako ng Team Canada. So, I've been observing their system of training, yung coaches, how she handles, yung sistema, paano mag-meeting, paano i-handle yung mga coaching staff. So, ganon, pick up. Hindi, ako yung coach na I want to learn more. Learn and learn. And then, hindi po pwedeng gayahin. Kumbaga, lang yung po pwede. Hindi po pwede yung copy-paste Hindi pwede copy-paste. Kailangan mong tingnan, aralin, ano yung pwede, you try kung in your own, you will find a way, make a way na yung sistema na yon uubra sa system mo.
You know what, Coach O? I think that ever since I've seen you coach, you already had your own identity. That's why it's amazing for me to hear this story. Now, you picked up a lot of things from the coaches that you were surrounded by to become your own coach. And obviously, you went to Ateneo. That was the time na MVP, first ever MVP ng Ateneo, si Doc AJ Pareha.
Yeah.
And then you went to NU and you were telling me about how you recruited si Peter Torres, si Vince Mangulabnan also, right, Coach?
Yes, Vince, Peter Torres.
Yung powerhouse lineup na yun, grabe yun, Coach.
Yeah.
So many names in that yung NU men's volleyball team. And then I was the first coach in the UAP to recruit from Tawi-Tawi, from Mindanao, papunta sa NU. So
Sinong player ulit to, Coach?
Si Madslan Gampong at saka si Ismail Fauzi. Fauzi Ismail.
Si Mads Gampong at saka si Fauzi.
Yan yung mga recruit ko from Tawi-Tawi. And And good thing during that time, supportive naman si NU, supportive yung management. So kung ano yung programa, kung ano yung recruit, okay naman sila. And yun, talaga siguro yung recruitment, number 1 yun. Isa sa most of the schools na napuntahan ko, they're relying on me mostly sa recruits. They want me to recruit properly. Yun yung job ko noon, nasa Lasal ako, NU, and then Ateneo, yun nga nung nasama ko sila Mark at saka si Ish sa men's team.
Grabe yun, Coach. And I mean, like, your recruitment skill, I think nag-benefit talaga yung NU doon. But I think the team that really benefited was Ateneo Men's when you came back and brought with you Mark Espejo and Ish Polvorosa. So from this time, 2014 to 2018, do you know, Coach, na your coaching record during this time was 71 wins and only 14 losses? During this time, 76 to 80, Coach. Tapos 76 to 80. Grabe yan, Coach. Like, so, I asked you earlier about your fondest memories sa Lasal. Sa Ateneo naman, in this period of time, ano yung mga fondest memories mo?
Okay. Madami. Lalo na pag player mo si Rex. Maraming fondest memory pag player mo si Rex. Gaganti ako kay Rex ngayon. Well, fondest memory, of course, when I became the first, biglaan yon yung announcement na coach, you will be the head coach of the men's team. So I don't know if I'm ready during that time. And ang player nun kasi, Timmy Santo Tomas, AJ Pareha, magagaling na yun eh. Sino pa ba? Si Pau Pareha, Ed Ortega, si Maki De Hoya, yung mga yun. Si Vian naman, naglaro lang nung time na dumating na ako. Pinilit ko siya na maglaro ulit. So yun ang mga players ko during that time. And siyempre, of course, sabi ko nga, wala akong may pakitang nag-MVP ako o nag-best ako, no. So I'm just with the experience, with the passion of coaching. So fondest memory ko yung that time, it's the first Final Four of the Ateneo Men's. First Final Four yon, Ateneo Men's. And nagkaroon kami kasi ng winning streak noon eh. And the champion UST noon, kami lang ang naka 5 sets sa kanila. Yung champion na UST noon. So, ibig sabihin, may pupuntahan talaga tong team. So, yun na, nag-Final Four kami. Well, unfortunately, I transferred to NU. Pagbalik ko naman, yun din yon, yung pagpunta ko sa Ateneo na on my first year, pagbalik ko sa Ateneo, kalaban ko yung previous team ko, NU. So, and nakaabot kami kagad sa finals. So, yun ang isa sa fondest memory. Kasi, di ba, parang bago ako, tapos, hindi ko alam kung sino yung mga players. Second year si Rex doon. Awkward pa si Rex doon eh. Tapos, pero matangkad. Sabi ko, matangkad to. Okay to. Si Josh Villanueva noon, outside hitter. Sabi ko, magmi-middle ka. Ganyan. Tapos, nung nakita ko yung team, sabi ko, kulang to ng go-to guy. And meron akong isang nire-recruit for NU. That was Mark Espejo.
Oh, so Mark almost went to
NU.
Yeah.
Oh man,
NU, pero alam ko, kung hindi siya tama, NU eh. Ako talaga masigasig ako nung time na yun eh. Pero nung time na umalis ako sa NU, sabi ko, hindi nila kilala. Sabi ko, look for this player sa Marikina. Pangalan Mark Espejo. So, yung coach niya, teacher sa Ateneo ng math. So, ask him kung pwede magpunta. So, yun. Pagpunta niya doon, nawala nga ako doon. Nag-try out si Mark. So, yun na. And then, si Ish Polvorosa, may friend ako from Cavite na nire-recommend siya sa akin. Actually, bloopers pa si Ish eh. Pagpunta doon, wala siya ID, makapasok na school. Tapos, bloopers yun. Yung pants na may shorts na may bulsa sa gilid.
Cargo shorts.
Cargo shorts. Tapos, hindi pa siya ganun kagaling. May height. Sabi ko, may height. We can try out as setter. So, sabi ko, sa admin, kuhanin po natin itong dalawang to. So, well, alam naman natin, mahirap ang entrance exam, mahirap ang, kumbaga, limited na slot. So, inilaban ko talaga na kailangan makuha natin itong dalawang to. So, nakuha namin yung dalawa na yon, and then, si Josh, lipat ng position from outside hitter, nag-middle, marami adjustment, si Rex noon, pukpok. So, at first, at si Mark pa pala noon, pagbalik namin noon injured. Kasi recruit na namin siya, papunta na siya sa Ateneo noon, nag-basketball, nag-dunk, bumagsak, total! Nabali yung ganito niya, nabali yung arms niya. Pero nire-recruit si Mark na ng basketball team sa NCAA, NCAA team. Nire-recruit siya, yes, I know that Coach Coy Banal is kinukuha siya noon sa
Arellano? No way!
Yes.
Wow!
So, was recruit siya noon. Top recruit siya ng mga basketball school sa NCAA.
Yeah.
And volleyball. And then, pahinga ngayon, volleyball, birthday niya noon. Birthday niya, trinit namin siya sa McDo. Pag uwi niya nag-basketball. Tapos pag noon, tumatawag sa akin yung coach niya, Coach, may nangyari kay Mark. Ano nangyari? Ganyan. So, pagpasok niya, injured. So, ang noon, mga player noon, si Richie, yun ang mga hindi pa nakikilala si Mark kasi nga injured mahina pa. So until nung naka-recover si Mark sa injury niya, yun unti-unti kami. Tapos ano pa yun yun nga yung paisa-isa na televise na yung
Yeah.
Na-televise.
That was the season, coach. Yun yung season.
That was that season na na-televise siya. At alam ko na nagpupunta pa kami sa dormitory ni Xavier. Anaabangan namin every Friday kasi pag Friday yun ipapalabas
Kasi tape pa nun, coach Yeah.
So,
wow.
First round noon, natapos yung bago mag-Christmas vacation, natapos yun, natalo ka 3-1, talo kami noon 1-3. Talo kami 3 games agad. Pagbalik namin, yun yung tanong Christmas season, practice kami. Pagbalik namin, nag 5 sets kami sa NU. Na walang nakaka-expect. And then, after a week, NU ulit, kasi sila yung number 1, kami yung number ganyan, parang ganon. NU ulit. Tinalo namin sila. And then doon na, nagtuloy-tuloy kami. Sabi ko, kaya na namin umabot ng Final Four. And then that season din, kaya most memorable yun sa men's team. Kasi during the Final Four, we are 2 sets down sa FEU. Alam ko nakwento ni Rex to na nag-guest siya 2 sets down kami. And ang alam namin, maglalaro yung women's volleyball. Kayo din, maglalaro kayo nun after us. And first time, nagsabay na yung women's at saka yung men's. Kasi kami, 2 o'clock kayo, mag-4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Tapos, di pagpunta namin sa San Juan Arena, paglabas namin, ang daming tao. Puro mga fans ng women's, puro fans nyo. Di mga players ko, kasi lalaro kami umaga, hindi kami sanay na may tao. Yung mga players ko hindi nakagalaw. Gulping-gulping na kami first 2 sets. Tapos 3rd set nanalo kami. 4th set that was 24-18, 24-19. 24 na FEU. 24-18 24-19. 24 na. Nanalo pa kami.
Wow.
Yung 4th set and then 5th set nanalo kami. And yun na yung first ever championship appearance ni Ateneo. So that was it's because doon namin na-discover yung words na faith, trust, courage. Doon nagsimula yon. Kasi nung papunta kami doon sa na yon, sa level na yon, every night, pag lumalabas kami, talaga nagmi-meeting kami, nagba-Bible study kami ng mga player, and my message sa amin, just have faith, trust each other, courage, yung mga Bible verse na lumalabas, yun. I'm not speaking to religious here, but I'm speaking yung mga ginangyari nung time na yon. Honestly talaga. So nabuo yung faith, trust, courage na yon during that first championship era sa Ateneo. Though hindi kami nanalo. But sabi nga, after nung nanalo kami noon, kinabukasan, biniting ko yung team. Sabi ko, we will start. Kung yung iba nagpapahinga, mag-start na tayo. So, nag-start na kami, sandali. Tapos yun na, pinaghirapan na namin until nakuha na namin yung first championship. So, yung first kasi, kaya importante sa akin yung kahit di kami nanalo ng first ever namin championship, that turned around yung program namin. Na, tama pala during that time. Kasi nung bago ako mawala sa Ateneo noon, kasi before pa kayo din, nagta-twice a day na yung men's team noon. Parang hindi pa tanggap sa volleyball community yon, lalo sa Ateneo na aral, hirap ng aral, na mag-twice a day. Nang panahon nila JP nga, kaya sabi ni JP nga high school pa lang siya, JP pareha, umiiyak na siya papunta sa akin. Kasi nga yung training, hirapan na. So, hindi pa nila ma-accept yon na ganun klase yung training talaga to achieve that. And then nung pagbalik ko, sabi ko, I will not change anything. Kung ako umalis dito, ganun din ako. Tinanggap ako, sige, gawin mo yung gusto mong gawin. Yung admin may support sa akin. And then, yun nga, umabot kami ng championship. And then, that turned around again, the program of the men's. Halos nakasabay na kami sa women's. It's because, syempre, yung men's, yung women's, nananalo sila. Kailangan manalo rin tayo kasi nakakahiya na yung men's. So, na ganon. So, yun ang turnaround nung men's team na yung rookie year nila Mark Esper tsaka ni Ish.
How about coach, backtrack naman tayo sa NU, your years in NU, kasi you were very successful in NU as well. I mean, how many championships yung nakuha niyo with sila Vince, Mangulabnan,
nung nasa NU ako, I was building the team. Kasi when I came into to NU, they were 8th place. They were 8th place.
Of the standings,
And then, yun ang unang job order, recruit, change the program. Tingnan ko ano yung mangyayari. Yung unti-unti, we joined a lot of minor tournaments. Yun ang ginawa ko. Join a lot of minor tournaments and train sa mga countrysides, mga ganyan. Punta kami doon, nakikitrain kami, ganon. So, kung ano tutunan namin, babalik namin. So, unti-unti, on my first year sa NU, from 8th, nag-5th siya. Nag-5th. Tapos, on my second year, on my first year, from 8th, nag-6th, tapos nag-5th. Crucial yun yung dapat Final Four kami noon, nung ika-second year ko. Dapat Final Four, crucial yun. Biglang nawala yung libero namin, nag-quit as something personal problem in the middle of the tournament. So, biglang bumaba kami noon. So, nag-5th lang kami. But after that, all of the tournaments around the country, kasi matagal pa UAP, it's 1 year. All of the tournaments around the country, sinalihan namin, we're champions. And then, on the third year ko as coach of beach volleyball ng NU, on the third year, that's their first ever championship ng beach volleyball.
This was Edwin Tolentino, right?
No, may best coach.
Si Edwin Tolentino.
Yes, Edwin Tolentino. Yeah, Edwin Tolentino, Joseph Tipay, and si Tipay and si Ruben. Inaudito. Silang tatlo yon. But during that time kasi si Edwin Tolentino, first time mag-beach volleyball.
Talaga?
First year niya yun, first time.
Wow.
Kasi prior to that year, ang pangit ng indoor niya. Sabi ko, ilipat kita sa beach. Mag-beach volleyball muna tayo para bugbog ka na pagdating sa indoor. So, sinama ko siya. And then, first year niya yon. And then, ako yung beach volleyball team namin na yon. Hard work. I mean, if you're talking of hard work sa beach volleyball no NU, iniisip ko talaga hirap namin noon. Ang gagawin namin, we train in the morning, makikitune up game kami sa mga champion teams ng NCAA. Bubugin kami. As in, mabubugbog kami. And then, mag-train ulit kami in the afternoon, sa break time ng mga bata. Mag-train kami in the afternoon sa UE. Kung ano yung bakit kami binugbog, training kami. So, we almost do it twice a day na beach volleyball noon. And then, sa bahay sila umuwi. Paggabi, may magmamasahe sa pamamasay meron sa bahay. Sa sala lang sila matutulog noon. Pero mapapadala ako na mapapamassage. And then, hard work until hindi namin expect. Tinalo namin yung FEU. During that time, yung isang round lang naman kasi yung beach volleyball. Nung tinalo namin FEU, doon ako first time na interview ng isang reporter from ABS-CBN. Pumunta doon yon sa UE. Coach, pwede ka ma-interview. Bakit? Kasi coach, hindi ko binapa kasi FEU for 2 years never natalo na isang set. Ngayon tinalo nyo. Record sila noon eh. Wow. Yung panahon na yung record FEU noon, 3-pit yata sila noon. And they never lost a set. Ganun kalakas FEU sa beach volleyball. So si Mark Alfafara nag-beach volleyball pa noon. So lakas din na UST.
Lakas yun, oo.
So nung nanalo kami ng beach volleyball, it's a blessing. It's because during that day, I will never forget that day na champion. It's September 8. It's a birthday of Mama Mary. First communion ng anak ko. At higit sa lahat, pregnant yung wife ko and nagnonovena ako kay Mama Mary na maging babae. So hindi ko siya pinapa-ultrasound until mag-7th month. Ika-7th month ko, September 8, ultrasound, and it was a girl.
Wow.
So it was a girl, first communion, and then first championship. That was the first ever UAAP championship ng NU, the beach volleyball. So okay kami until na I resigned nung before UAP. Long story, but I resigned before the UAP after our intercollegiate namin in Capiz. It was their first rin nila yon. Nag-third place ang NU first time nun. And then kasi NU, yung Ateneo, as knocking on my door na, sabi nila baka po pwede, gano'n. So nag-hold ako, kumbaga parang nag-stop muna ako, hindi na ako nag-UAP sa NU. And then I did not go directly sa Ateneo. Habang nag-UAP, kinakausap ko si Mark, kinakausap ko si Is. So yun nga yung year na yun, bumalik na ako doon. So hard work naman, kaya nakuha naman yung mga yun.
Coach, balik tayo sa Ateneo kasi natutuwa ako sa mga player development stories mo. Kasi Coach, si Edwin Tolentino, I always thought that his specialty was beach volleyball because of the way he moved on the court. So akala ko talaga na yun talaga yung laro niya. Yun pala, you brought him there so that he could improve his indoor skills.
Yes.
So that's really, that's now it's all clear to me now. I want to talk about Rex Intal because he had a lot to say about you. Sinasabi pa niya, Coach, na he hated running. Sinasabi niya hindi naman sila track and field team pero pinapatakbo mo pa rin, Coach. And there was even a time, a video na nag-viral na accidentally na tinawag kang pare, pare, or something like that. Coach, and I know naman na close kayo ng mga, that's the kind of person you are, Coach. You're not like on a pedestal, like you really mingle with your players. So like, what was your reaction and how did you handle a player like Rex Intal who was very chill, he was a guy who speaks his mind, na to the point na kahit may camera, tinawag kang pare and you're the coach?
Well, First, I'm kay Rex kasi una-una nga, di ba yung kuya niya naging player ko na.
Yeah.
So, yung kuya niya si JR Intal, yun yung kauna-unang sinabihan ko na pamilya ka ng atleta. So, ginanong ko talaga yun, malaki kasi hindi pa siya first six nun eh. He's about to quit ng volleyball nun eh, si JR. Tagang gaganon ako sa kanya. Kasi si JC, di ba, kuya nila. Pamilya ka ng atleta. I know, hindi ka ayaw. Ginaganon ko yun si kuya niya. So, unti-unti naturuan na yun. And then, nung papunta ko dito, hindi ko alam kung sino siya. Sabi, kapatid ni ni JR. Okay. So ako, confident ako na hindi ayaw to. Kasi kuya niya eh. So, confident ako, hindi ayaw to. Kahit anong gawin ko dito, hindi ayaw to. Yun, so, si Rex kasi, well, seriously, si Rex kasi, siya yung isa sa mga player na, na napaka lalaki kausap. I mean, alam ko maraming kalokohan, pero lalaki kausap. Pag sinabi ko, ito gagawin, at he never complains. So, alam ko nahihirapan siya, pero hindi mo siya makikitaan na, kasi alam mo naman, may mga players na kahit nakatalikod, alam mong may sinasabi. Alam mo mga ganon? May mga players na ganon eh. Ako, ganon din ako nung araw. I mean, lahat, yan eh. It's a way of the players to, na sa sarili nila. Pero si Rex, hindi ko nakitaan niya na, reklamo right and there and then. Gagawin niya muna. And then, siguro, afterward, tsaka lang siya iindihin yung sakit or pagod. And then, yung pare-pare na yon kasi pagdating kasi sa labas, naglalaro kami yan, nagtutukay kami yan. After talaga training, para talaga kaming magkakaibigan lahat. And yung men's team na noon, we usually normally go out for dinner. Normal yon, usual sa amin yun, yung men's team. Randomly biglang kakaya magdi-dinner ganoon, so sobrang close yung men's team noon. I treat them as a family, and kaya yung mga ganoon, yung pag sinabi ni Rex sa pare, it's because pag naglalaro kami ng mga games, mga ganyan, nagtutuki, nagbabasketball kami, nag-PS4 kami, ganoon ang tawagan, halos nagiging ganoon ang tawagan. Pag may tanong din ako sa kanila, pre, ganoon din ang tawag ko sa kanila. Kaya pagdating ng game, nadadala nila. And then yung takbuhan naman, bago pa magawa yung oval, kasi yun nga, sabi nila, ba't pa nagawa yung oval na yan sa, Well, in my program, talaga may running na lang. May running talaga. Panahon pa nila Timmy yun, nila AJ. Kaya lang, we use the court. So, hindi siya mahirap panoorin. Pero nung nagawa yung oval ito na yun, mas parang, ang players kasi, they thought, oh, it's so hard kasi layo. But kami mga coaches, pareho lang yan because we have time. Kumaga, dinadaya rin namin yung mga coaches yan na hindi nila alam, akala nila. Ganun, alam namin na imposible hindi nyo kakayanin kasi kaya nyo dito sa maliit na court, yung ganitong time, ganitong speed, imposible hindi nyo kaya. It's a way of mindset lang na ang haba nito, paano ko ito matatapos? Ganun. So, I'm really pushing them. And alam ko sila din, mahirap yung takbo niyan. Kami nga medyo taper pa eh. medyo taper pa kami. Pero ang hirap kasi they wake up early, and ang buhay in Ateneo kasi talagang most of them studies at night. Kasi nga yun lang ang time nila eh. They study at night and then they will wake up early, and then si Rex kasi umuwi pa yan, hindi siya nagdo-dorm. So hirap talaga siya, hirap talaga. So alam ko yun, yung mga text niya na ginawa, yung mga pictures niya. Yung pictures niya na flatan, yung picture niya Coach, ito ako flat tire, pero yung picture niya 1 month ago. Ganun yan eh.
Ay, nakabaon pala na ebidensya, na excuses.
Kaya nga recently, nagbabacktrack ako sa phone ko, nakita ko yung mga message niya. Pinorward ko sa kanya, sabi ko, Rex, yun nga yun sa show nyo. Rex, alin ba dito yung totoo? Mukhang 80% dito, mukhang gimmick lang Coach, hindi naman lahat ng text ko sa'yo, hindi totoo. Iba naman dyan, totoo, legit naman. So yun, so yung mga likes ni Rex, kasi family of athlete. So parang, if you push them, they know that I know where I'm coming from, na hindi siya basta-basta ayaw.
Yeah.
And then, during that time kasi, yun nga, may Mark Espeo kasi, parang meron kang may president, may inaabot sila. So parang, pag hindi ginawa ni Rex yun, parang, ang kamote mo naman, siya, kaya niyang gawin eh. And then alam ko, binubuli nila lagi, no, ni Mark at saka ni Rex, saka yan, silang dalawa. Si Josh, gagawin nila, pare, maliin natin to para umulit si Josh. Mga ganon. Mga kalokohan niya ni Rex. Kaya kalokohan ni Rex yan, yung mga ganyan. Mamaliin nila yung drill para ulitin ni Josh. Ganon.
Oh my gosh.
Yung mga natandaan ko dyan sa mga yan eh. So yung team kasi talagang may mga bunch of, sa team ko na yon sa men's, may mga likas na komedyante.
Mm-hmm.
Para nawawala yung parang monotony, yung sa team, pagiging seryoso.
Yeah.
So I blend it with that. So, yun naman, yung men's team ko naman, okay naman with that. So, hanggang sa, dinadala ko rin sa women's. Kaya sa women's, may mga metaphor ako during training eh. Kila Pong kila Dani eh. So, yun ang yung mga ano kay Rex. Yung mga the likes of Rex, the likes of Marcus Peo, yun ang mga ano namin, experiences.
Coach, we spoke of the women's team. Now, in season 81, you took over as the head coach of the Ateneo women's volleyball team. And this is your first time to be the head coach of a women's team in the UAAP.
Yes.
Did you adjust your coaching style when you took over the women's team of Ateneo?
I didn't really change my coaching style. I really, yun ang nung, to tell you the truth, I was offered for the women's team many times.
Mm-mm.
But of course, high profile kasi masyado yung women's team. And parang I'm afraid during that time. And so stick mo sa men's team, medyo simple lang, but I know I'm doing my job, na nag-achieve naman yung men's team. So okay na kami sa men's team eh. Until yung sa women's team, in-offer no admin. At first, I was really afraid. Ayoko talaga. And my family, I consulted with my family. And last thing yung college athletics, Sir Benjo, kinausap ko. Actually, nagkita pa kami ni Sir Benjo niyan sa National Bookstore eh, na pre, sige na, ganun. Bumibili ako sakto. And then, what nag-turn out is Father Jet is, kasi merong bonfire. For bonfire yon. And then, tinanong ko ni Father Jet na, ayaw ba mag-women's team? Sabi ko, Father, I'm afraid eh, kasi baka di ko kayanin. Kaya mo yan, ganun. So, nag-usap kami ni Father Jet noon. So, parang na-relieve ako na even Father Jet is believing in my capabilities. Mm-mm. Father Nemi. So, sabi ko, what won't I try? And then, Coach Sir M naman, nag-ano sa akin na, don't worry, tutulungan ka namin, at your back, ganyan. So, yun ko nagkaroon, ko na. And then, pagpunta ko doon, it's my first time. I remember I first met the team. Sabi ko, I will not change my system. Kung nakita niyo ako sa kabila, ganun din ako. At kasi may time, may lull kasi yun eh. May time na wala silang coach. Now, when I was coaching, may time yun na siguro of season, may lull na wala pa silang coach noon. Mm-hmm. So, sinabi na, handle mo muna. Parang nagkaroon na ng feel yung women's, how I handle the women. And then, nung kinausap ko sila, first time I met them, sabi ko, I won't change any system. Siguro we'll just find a way, make a way, and what we have. Kasi, nung time na yon, Kim is coming back from an ACL injury. Yeah. Di pa siya pwede ng unang mga months, 2 months, di pa siya pwede. And then Bea just graduated. I'm not sure kung lalaro siya. Tapos si Joe nag-graduate din. And yung binibigay na points ni Joe noon season 80 is minimum of 19, 20 points na binibigay ni Joe noon. So saan ko kukuhanin yon? Si Bea pa. Saan ko kukunin yon? Yung points na yon. Yeah. And ang Ateneo na walang libero. Wala pa libero. Si Danny coming from an appendicitis or appendectomy. So nagre-recover pa siya noon. So lacking talaga yung team. So sabi ko talagang parang from scratch to. Nag-inspire sa akin nun kasi nagsabi si Kim, magko-commit siya, maglalaro siya. And then I was talking to Bea, hindi pa siya committed. Si Maddie, nakita ko si Maddie kasi nung time na kaya na-inspired din ako is because ang sistema ko kasi pag bago school year, nauna mag-training yung rookies. Yung mga seniors, pahinga muna. Maddie was there, guiding the rookies. She was there 2 weeks yon. Nandun na siya kaagad, nagte-training na with the rookies. So sabi ko, yung leader, gusto magturo. Sige. And then slowly, medyo nakakausap ko na si Bea, ganyan. Sabi ko, may possibility si Bea na bumalik. So until nag-decide na siya na babalik siya. So we find a way. So, ang hirap sa umpisa kasi nga, ang hirap pati coming from Coach Tai na nag-achieve back to back, kayo din, back to back kayo. So, parang sabi ko, paano ko papantayan yon? And ang hirap. So I taper my expectation, and naisip ko, why don't we join PVL? Magpabugbog tayo doon. So yun yung naging stepping stone namin.
I wanted to ask you about that the PVL coach, because I remember our conversation sa Batangas, October 28, 2018. October 28, 2018. That's the first time I talked to you, coach, na ikaw yung head coach ng Ateneo Women's. So it was Ateneo Motolite versus Creamline. Do you remember this game, coach?
Yun na ba? Yes.
Do you remember this game? So I talked to you about this, tapos nakwento mo sa akin na ginawa mong bad cop si Maddie Madayag. And
Si Bea.
Si Bea yung good cop. Tapos there were more than 3,000 people. Jam-packed.
Yeah.
Jam-packed.
Yeah.
Si Josh pa yung commentator.
Yeah.
Kaming dalawa.
I remember,
So, I'll never forget that because you guys actually won. And
Yes.
and the last point was like nagka-goosebumps ako noon kasi Gia Morado, Alyssa Valdez yung kalaban, coach eh. Tapos usually pag Morado to Valdez, puntos yan eh. Pero na-block, tas rookie pa yung naka-block, si Vanny Gandler. So when you won that match, coach, was that a faith, trust, courage moment also? Did you feel like maybe you have a fighting chance? Because if you can beat Creamline, di ba, what more yung mga teams sa UAP?
Well, it's an inspiration for us. It's yung time na yon parang nag-manifest. Kasi before that, we are having troubles eh. Hindi madali. I mean, being with the women's team, iba kasi scenario ako sa men's team kasi yung mga personal life nila, hindi ko pinakikialaman yun eh. And sa women's team, hindi ko rin pinakikialam personal life nila. Pero meron kami mga problems along the way. Of course, yung training, yung aral, and everything. So, yung Creamline game na yon that manifest na we can make it. Kaya natin sa UAP. So, kasi nga, yung position, na-practice na mabuti. So, sabi nga, kaya natin. And, hindi namin expect na we will win that game. But we prepared for it. It's because during the first round of that, natalo na kami ng Creamline eh. Natalo na kami. So, pagpunta namin doon, we're not expecting anything. But we planned, we practiced hard, and then nag-prepare talaga yung mga bata. And they really want to win that game. Doon nagsabi na may chance tayo sa UAP. May chance tayo lumaban kasi alam namin intact yung UAP that year eh, season 81 eh, intact yung mga lineups ng mga teams.
Yeah.
So yun ang nag-ano sa amin, lalo pang nagpa-boost ng moral namin na let's work harder kasi kaya natin sa UAP.
But coach, you mentioned challenges. And you had challenges sa start pa lang when you handled the women's team, kulang-kulang kayo.
Yeah.
And we talked to several of your players from the season 81 lineup, the champion team of season 81. And the common theme is that it was a very challenging year.
Yeah.
And from your perspective as the coach, ano yung mga challenges that you had to go through on your way to winning that UAAP title?
Okay, first kasi makulit ako na coach. I mean, siguro nasanay. I'm not taking that to from Coach Tai naman. He's really a good trainer. Talaga napakagaling na coach si Coach Tai. We salute him. Mostly time nag-uusap kami. Minsan nagtatanong siya sa akin, ano bang gagawin? I mean, minsan naman ako nagtatanong sa kanya. So we share a lot. Siguro ang naging difference lang is I can talk freely and then I can talk to their heart. I can speak, I can touch their heart with my sermon, mga ganyan. So that's a challenge eh. Kasi naiintindihan nila sinasabi ko at nasasaktan sila at napupuwersa sila. So you know what I mean then? Na pag nagsalita na ako at nagalit ako at may sermon ako, maramdaman nila yon. It's not physical eh. It's emotions and mental. So talagang madidrain sila both physically and mentally and emotionally kasi makulit ako na coach eh. Talagang hindi ako titigil until you do it right. Ako nga yung wala akong time eh. Yun nga siguro until they perfect as a thing, hindi talaga ako titigil. Challenging yon during that time kasi nga yung sistema ko na ganon. Tapos may ibang system din ako sa patterns. May iba rin na akala na iba wala, pero meron, alam nila yan, meron. So, and ang challenges nun kasi wala kaming scorer. And during that time, bago si Kat sa position niya. So, wala tayong scorer. So, saan tayo magre-rely? We have to block and we have to defend. And during that time, we are bashed. We are, na-insult kami sa lahat, na hindi kami makareceive, hindi kami makadepensa, wala kaming scorer. That was challenging for us. Si Danny, wala, hindi marunong yan si Danny. Yung outside hitter mo, Ponggay at Jules, wala yan, hindi marunong yan. Walang score na makukuha dyan. So, it was challenging. It's because our egos were touched. Yung mga players ko, parang kulang na lang magtago. I mean, you can feel as a player kapag ganun yung mundo mo, you don't know where to go. But kami lang. So we have to prove something among ours. Sabi ko nga, may practice kami, we don't have to prove anything to others. You have to prove something sa sarili ninyo na you can do it. Si Jules, si Ponggay, kasi bago sila, outside hitter, bagong posisyon, umiiyak. Tapos, ganun din, si Danny, si Kat, bago sa posisyon. So si Bea and Maddie lang yung normal position, but iba yung sistema ko sa blocking, sa attacking, iba. And si Dina, kailangan na siya mag-lead. So, kilala naman nila ako. Kilala ako ni Dina talagang yung setter kasi talagang para sa akin, yan ang stepping stone ng isang team eh. So, good setter, good team. So, ganun ko kapit-pit si Dina during that time. Nahirapan kami with the system. But we relied on ourselves. We relied on the family atmosphere. And I relied on my leaders. And I trusted my leaders, Bea, Maddie, Kat, and Kim during that time. So sila yung 4 na leaders. Kami makanya-kanyang role sila. So doon dumali yung buhay ko noon as coach to them. And the mere fact na may mga rookies kami. So eventually, naka-cope up kami. And then, napupunan yun pag yung sa V-League, sa PVL noon na pro yung kalaban namin. Nakikita namin yung pinagpapagura nila. So, kahit papaano, nawawala yung tension ng sarili, nawawala yung emotions because nakikita nila yung fruit ng ginagawa nila. That was really challenging kasi we really don't know what will happen to us. And then, unang game pa lang, na kami, talo kagad kami. First game pa namin sa versus Lasal, we lost right away. So parang yun yung challenges sa amin.
I just want to add, Coach, you mentioned na like the team was like under a spotlight. Everything was like pinupunan ng ibang tao from outside the team, and that takes a toll on a kid. They're just college players that go through personal things themselves and like challenges in the team, and then like other people like saying all these things that they don't really know what's going on with the players' lives.
Tuwing nga kaya I admire kayo mga players, kayo mga lalo na ngayon sa women's. Normally women's kasi
it's nice. And it's nice that you were able to gather the team and direct them and guide them and make a family with the team.
Well, honestly,
really important.
It's not lang me. It's the coaching staff. And I really tried many things sa women's team na hindi pa natatry nung panahon ninyo. I tried a lot of things na paano ba mapapacify yung paano ba magkakaroon ng mental toughness, paano ba sila madadagdagan yung nila para ma-outcome yung fear. We tried many things. And luckily naman yung mga players nag-respond. And ako nga, kayo, mga players, kayo mga, I admire you kasi kayo guys na nabubuhat nyo, hinakaya nyo yun. Lalo na tayo. Masyadong yung social media ngayon, panahon namin, wala naman social media. So, iba. Ako nga napainom, isang beses nga napainom ako eh. Nayaya ko yung wife ko, tara, sama mo naman ako. Gusto ko lang.
Narinig ko yung kwento na yun kay Mela, sa show ni Mela. Anong tunay? Shout out to Mela Tunay.
Hi, Tita Mels.
Mela, oo.
Mukhang nag-enjoy ka dun sa usapan niyo ni Mela, Coach.
Yes, marami siyang mga hot seat eh.
Ang dami mong binigay na tunay na ano. Coach, yeah, you're very good with handling people. You're very good with convincing them to do the task at hand. And after you won the championship in season 81, marami mga questions. Can Ateneo defend the championship in the UAP? Wala na si Kim Hekiliana, wala na si Good Cup, PDL and Buddy.
Si Kat, di pa sure.
Yeah, si Kat nag-sign off right after winning the championship. But somehow, ito na naman, ang magic ni Coach O was able to convince John Maraguinot to come back, Kat Tolentino to come back, tapos si Jamie La Victoria bumalik din. Coach,
Yeah.
how were you able to pull this off? Na all of a sudden, magic, ayan na ulit yung mga dating players ng Lady Eagles. Maglalaro na ulit.
Well, it's not ano naman eh. Kasi I can feel na, you know, tayo mga players eh. Si Den, kung may isa pang player yan, maglalaro yan eh. I'm sure. mga ganun bagay. Tayo kasi, if we are athlete at heart, kumbaga, and you see your sisters or your family mo na nandyan, na kailangan ka, you will really heed their call. And that's what I'm building the team eh, the family. So siguro, si Kat, noong time na nag-sign off siya, and nakita niya na vocal yung mga teammates niya na we still need you, kailangan ka pa namin. So nag-heed siya nung call na yon. And si Jamie naman, during that time injured si Dina eh. Timing. Alam ko nakita lang kami somewhere. Biniro ko lang siya na alam mo may UAP year ka pa. I don't want to check kasi ganito. So biniro ko na siya sa text. So kami ni Jamie, sasabihin ko to dito meron kami percentage noon, nagbibilang kami ng percentage sa messages. Mga ganon. 20% na. Coach, wala pa, 10% pa. Tapos pag may nangyayari, may mga balita, 40% na. Coach, nagaganon kami ni Jamie. So until I talked to her seriously, sabi ko, you can help me, I can help you also. So, and then, nakita ko sa kanya yung, kasi biglaan mawawala si Maddie, Bea, Kat, Kim. So wala ako senior leader during that time. Well, actually, before si Jamie ang unang nag-commit sa akin noon, before pa si Joe at saka si Kat. Si Jamie muna kasi sabi ko, I really need a leader in this team. And I can see na during your time, kahit hindi ka pa masyadong nagagamit, you've been a leader to the team. Kumbaga, sa bench, ikaw yung nagpa-pacify sa kanila, ikaw talaga motivate, and I really need that. I know Jaja is a skilled setter, but you are a leader setter. So siguro during that time, na-convince ko siya na, sige, I want to lead, kung ano pa matutulong ko to lead the team, ay gagawin ko. And then si Jo Maraguinot naman, matagal siya nawala because of her injuries. And I asked her, baka gusto niya munang tumulong ulit sa Ateneo. And yun naman, dream kasi nila ni Jaja na magkasabay sila sa isang team. So, isa sa mga factor yon. And si Kat naman, alam naman niya na makulit ako sa kanya. talagang I prayed for her comeback talaga. And she knew it na I will pray for it. And siguro, si Kat naman nagdadasal din lagi yan. So, alam niya siguro na kinausap din siya na sige, I'll come back. So, yun. Sa blessing na nakabalik sila. And nakita namin kung ano meron kami. And the team is determined to win the back-to-back. Though we are 1-1, 1 loss, 1 win kami before na hold. They are determined to defend the title.
Coach, considering the level of competition, loaded lahat ng teams ng season 82. And we were all excited for it. I'm sure your team was very excited to defend the championship. And looking at your lineup, how confident were you that you were going to defend that championship?
Actually, then, we did not expect that we will win the championship. Okay. What I'm teaching my players is it's not about how you start. It's about how you end.
Yeah.
As I'm always telling my players. And we started badly. So, ang motivation ko sa kanila, it's not how we start, it's how we end it. And then, we are praying. Yun, sinasabi namin lagi for UAP Championship. Lagi namin sinisigaw yan. And then, we're not expecting. Kasi nga nung pagkatalo namin sa Lasal, nag-streak kami. All of teams natalo namin. At may mga teams doon na almost lost. Talo na kami pero nananalo pa. So, nung nakuha namin yon, nakita namin na may chance. Kasi we changed din how the way we prepare, how we study opponents. We changed that. Naka-cope up naman sila sa sistema. Unti-unti. And then during that time, yun nga, nandun na yung we are number 8 in receiving, we are number 7 in defending, number 1, number 2 lang kami siguro sa block, sa attacking, nasa gitna lang kami, sa setting, nasa number 3. So, lahat yan, ginawa namin, dahil buti na lang mahaba UAP. So, we learned through our experiences. So, unti-unti namin, kung anong experience namin, unti-unti namin inaaral. So, hindi kami yung team na alam na namin yan, no? We continuously study, we continuously train, and every day, lagi kami. And ang maganda dito, sila Maddie, sila Bea, they give suggestions. We talk, ano bang gagawin natin? Ano bang mas maganda? Ito, play na mas maganda dito. Ito, dito ka po posisyon. I taught them how to communicate kung ano mas madali sa'yo. Si Danny at si Kim, di ba sila yung nagpapalitan ng libero? Hindi ako nagkasabi na, ikaw palitan mo si ganyan. No, sila nagkasabi. Ate Kim, ikaw na. Manang, ikaw na. Danny, ikaw muna. Ganon, sila, nagtutulungan na sila. So eventually, nakita ko yun. So, yung mga players ko, they have their own mindset na. They have their own, may sarili, may gusto na silang marating. So, unti-unti, sabi ko, makukuha namin to. So, natalo ulit kami. So, natalo kami ulit, it's about mentality na. So, we reset, mental na naman training namin until makaabot kami ng Final Four. So, ang crucial dito, nung sa championship, when we lost the game 1, ang ni-reassure ko sa players, reassure ko, guys, we did not ask for game 1. We asked for the championship. We prayed for the championship and we practiced for the championship. So if other teams, kung ibang teams, bugbog kami ng game 1 ng championship. Kung ibang teams yun, medyo ayaw na. But hindi kami umalis ng court na yun. I don't know if you remember that. After that game 1 loss, we did not leave Araneta Coliseum volleyball court right away. Doon kami nag-usap sa gitna ng court. We talked and we leave. Lahat ng frustration, i-leave namin doon because we did not ask for game 1. We asked for the championship. Yun ang pinahawakan namin to get the championship.
Coach, there always seems to be like a struggle, and then you have to go back to the drawing board before you figure out the solution and achieve your goal. Like every story that you told, laging ganun yung proseso. But you're 0-3 against your mentor, Coach Ramil De Jesus. I know this is something that is on your mind, and as somebody who was his protege and somebody who is your mentor, you want to make him proud. You want to prove to yourself that you can use the things you learned from him and things you learned throughout your journey to somewhat reach his level.
Yeah.
So like for you, what are the important learnings you've picked up from those 3 matches against your mentor? I mean, it's crazy to think na dati magkasama kayo sa bus.
Yeah.
You spend more time with each other than with your own families. And now you're going up against each other. Tsaka may biruan ba yan? Kasi si Den at Don, laging nagbibiruan yan Uy, easy lang easy ka lang wag mo masyadong galingan. Kayo ba ni Coach Ramil? Paano ba kayo ang dalawa?
Si Coach Ramil kasi man of few words, hindi masalita siya, hindi masyado yan makwento Ako lang yung madaldal yun, hindi madaldal yun Ako madaldal. Siguro before, ito kasi nung nag-coach na ako, before na mag-coach ako ng women's team, nagpipicturean pa kami niyan. Pero nag-coach ako ng women's team, siguro may konting kailangan pa It's because our first time, nakakalaban ko na siya. Yes, of course, I really want ito, I'm not saying na gusto ko siyang talunin, but I want to beat Lasal. Hindi ibig sabihin na, gusto ko talunin si Coach Ramil kasi siya yung mentor. No, it's not. It's a respect to him. Ako, I'm really happy to prepare for his team. Magpe-prepare ako para kalabanin yung team niya. I'm really looking forward to that. It's because I know he is one of the brightest mind in volleyball.
Yeah.
So not ibig sabihin din na tinalo mo na siya is ikaw na yung brightest. No, hindi rin naman ganon. So it's about how I prepare, how we prepare, how's the matchup goes, and naniniwala ako sa sa probability of the day. May mga times talaga na gano'n na probability mo talaga wala pa rin, di pa rin yung probability na mananalo ka is medyo slim. May ganun pa rin naman. Naniniwala pa rin ako sa gano'n. But ako, I believe in time. Ateneo Women's Team in recent season, tataluin na namin to kasi sila din tinalo na nila eh. So dito mga previous season hindi pa namin natatalo, but in time I believe na makita rin namin yung right formula of preparation to beat them, not to beat Coach Ramil.
Yeah.
So to beat the team na piniprepare niya at minimentor niya. At ako naman, my team to win na minimentor ko para namin tinuturuan kami ng mentor ko. So it's different eh. It's not about the person. It's not about him. It's about your team. It's about how you prepare, how you mold your team to win the championship or to win against them. Sabi ko nga binibiro nga ako. Ikaw talaga, kayang-kaya mo naman talunin si Coach Ramil eh. Nanalo ka ng championship eh. Pinagbigyan mo lang kasi coach mo dati. Mga ganon. Pero hindi ganon. Talagang Coach Ramil is really good in preparation talaga. Maganda din mag-prepare yan. Lalo na kilala niya pa ako. Alam niya kung saan ako mag-concentrate. Alam niya kung saan ako mag-focus. So siguro in time, makukuha ko rin yun. Makukuha rin namin yun. And it's a collective effort, not only me. And I really admire their team, their preparation against us.
Coach, ang awkward for me to ask this because it's about the PBL. It's about our team. Anton, can you ask this question? Because we're moving on.
Okay. This is a lead-in to that question about the PBL. Sakto, naka-Choco Mucho shirt ka din, tapos may Choco Mucho pa sa likod si Coach Oliver Almadro. When Coach Oliver, ayun na.
Titan Pride.
Nung nag-guest si Coach Oliver kay Mela sa Anong Tunay, tinanong siya ni Mela, Coach, ano ba ang dream team mo sa men's and sa women's? So, Coach Oliver answered everything. He didn't dodge the question. So, nung tinanong siya ni Mela sa women's, sino libero mo? Sabi ni Coach Oliver, Denden. Like, as in, no second guessing, hindi siya nag-isip ng matagal. Sabi niya, Denden, agad. So, Coach O, like, sinabi mo nga na it's very important for a coach to recruit the players that he wants.
Yeah.
So, now that you have your dream libero, Denden Lazaro, in Choco Mucho, and you have a lot of Ateneo players who were your players, you know, how happy are you na you have this team, the Choco Mucho Flying Titans, in the PBL?
Well, the first time na marinig ko na there's a probability or possibility that Denden might come to Choco Mucho, I'm really happy na. Sabi ko, I'm excited to train. I'm excited to play again. It's because player pa lang si Den sa Ateneo. I'm seeing her na how she value yung work niya, trabaho niya. So, hindi tayo perfect. Will not be that perfect all the time. But ganun siya kaseryoso. I remember then, I don't know if you remember this. During your first championship, hindi kami nanalo nun eh. Season 76 yun, right? Yung
76.
First championship. Humabol ka ng bola. Kasi George, that time, I was still helping you guys. Nasa bench ako. Nagbibigay ako nagbibigay instruction kay Kiwi, di ba? Yeah. Kasi si Kiwi, coach, ano ba kay Kiwi? Nagbibigay ako ng tulong ng kila Kiwi sa mga ganon, sa middle, yan. Tapos, dumiretso ka nun, na-sprain ka. Dumiretso ka nun eh, sa announcer's table.
Yung LED? Was it the LED then?
I thought it was LED. Yun pala, it was a tarp. Kaya pumasok
tumuri siya,
ako. Yeah.
And then, nilabas siya. And then, ako ang nandun tumitingin sa kanya sa bench. Tapos, tinuturo. Habang nandun tinitingnan namin siya ng PT, tatanong niya ako, Coach, makakabalik ba ako? Huwag mo isipin yun. Hindi, Coach, babalik ako. Kailangan ako ng team, babalik ako. I don't know if you remember that.
I think I was like,
sa dulo ng bench. And kasi yun tingin ka ng tingin na doon. Kailangan ko na bumalik. Sinasabi ni PT noon, teka muna din, relax ka lang, kaan pa yan, huwag ka mag-alala, ganon. Kailangan ko na bumalik. Sabi naman, nandun ako. Tapos, sige din, habang nandun, Coach, ano bang dapat ko pang gawin para yun? Nagtatanong, usap na tayo during that time. So, doon ka nakita na palaban to. I mean, she will not hurt team, she will not let her team down na wala siya sa loob. Manalo matalo, dapat nandun ako. Kasama ako sa Mobile Legends Kailangan team participation. Nandun ako sa nandun ako sa team fight So kailangan nandun ako manalo matalo. So, yun nga, nagsapato siya, balik siya doon. And then, nakita ko na siya yung transform niya sa pagiging national player and everything. And most of the time then, people will nakikita nila si Den, matara yan, ganon. But hindi nila alam kasi si Den, it's because she's really serious in what she's doing. Pag si Den may game, nakafocus siya sa game. Iniisip niya kung anong gagawin niya sa game. After the match, of course, gusto magpahinga kasi meron pa akong practice, may game ako. Ganun yan si Den So, I admire her preparation and of course, the leadership. Yun ang number one. So, if you have a libero, malaking factor. Kasi, I remember nung nasa Lasal ako, Charmaine Peñano. She was really a good libero. Ang tapang. Si Den, ganun din. Bagsak kung bagsak. Ganun. Tapos nagka-coincide pa sa setter. Noong time nyo, ikaw with Gia. So, ngayon, we have magka-coincide yun. Yung tapang nung libero at tapang nung setter. Kasi para sa akin, heart and soul of the team will be the libero and the setter. So, kung matapang yung libero mo, matapang yung setter mo, mapapadali yung buhay ng ibang teams. And I know Den is really playing from the heart, hard worker, and the leader. And kaya sabi ko, bagay na bagay sa team namin na siguro we somehow may leader ako but may konting leadership pa na kailangan namin sa Chocomucho, and that's the key for us to win.
It means a lot to me, Coach, that you see that in me. It means a lot. I'm excited to go back to training na talaga.
Yeah.
Hey Dan, have you ever played for Coach Oliver, as in with Coach O as your head coach?
No, never.
Wow, that's amazing.
Coach, yung natatandaan ko naman na interaction natin nung season 76 was game 3.
Yeah.
I think 5th set na nun. Tapos you were by our bench. Tapos I think time out ba yun or I forget. And then binanggit mo sa akin na magda-drop ball yan.
Yes.
Naalala ko yun.
I know.
And saktong-sakto, I think it was an over-receive.
Drop ball yan.
Drop ball, hindi nila pinalo. And I was right there kasi yun yung sinabi ni Coach O.
Yeah, tama yun. I remember.
Na payo niya sa akin nung season 76, that final series.
Yeah, meron tama yan. May isa yun na sabi ko, sumugod ka, dadrop yan. So, right, tama nga, magdadrop nga talaga. That's what Pip said.
I also remember, Coach, na yun nga, when you were figuring out how to solve the reception problem, the libero problem with Ateneo, nung nag-take over ka na sa women's, Denden actually came to your practice.
Yes, isa pa yan. Yes.
Yeah, so could you tell us about that then? Like when you joined the Ateneo practice, and like how did you feel about the vibe of the team? And did you feel like they could improve pa in those departments, yung mga receiving and digging, yung kung saan mababa yung ranking ng Ateneo at the time?
Actually, when I visited, I didn't want to overstep my boundaries. I didn't visit to okay, come here, I'm gonna teach you. It wasn't like that.
Sumama lang siya sa training,
Yeah, nakisali lang talaga ako and nagpapakondisyon lang rin ako, nakikisali ako sa drills nila, but nothing to put the liberos aside and then teach them. If nakausap ko lang sila, dun ko lang, or if they come to me, dun ko lang sila bibigyan ng tips or kung ano pwede nilang magawa, yun lang. And they were really receptive. Yun yung maganda about the team. They were like really receptive and like open to what I had to tell them, or kahit konting encouragement lang, they were really open to it, which was really nice. Kasi sometimes I feel like if I go there, hindi ko naman sila kilala, hindi din naman ako nila kilala. There might be like an awkward moment, but it wasn't like that at all. They were like really welcoming when I joined the team for that training session.
Si Danny yun eh. Si Danny, si Kim, tapos yung mga outside hitters na receive. So yun.
Yeah.
Malaki nga yun. Malaking factor, malaking bagay para sa amin yun when then visited. During that time naman, championship, Gia and Eliza visited us also. Noong 81, they visited us also. Galing. And nakikitune up sila, binubugbog nila kami noon.
I'm sure, Coach, pagod na pagod rin sila sa mga bata mo.
Coach, wow, we're blown away by your stories and the things that you had to go through to achieve the things that you have achieved. And I'm sure with you and Denden together, with your new team at Chocomucho, marami pa kayong mararating when volleyball comes back. But I'm sure it's also a challenge. Alam kong kanina, may meeting pa kayo kanina. Coach, I know you guys had a meeting, and then we're having this interview. You're telling us your whole life story. What's it like for you these days, Coach? I mean, these are unfamiliar times, but we're all trying to cope. Well,
ako, yun naman, yung team naman namin, hindi kami tumigil eh. I mean, we find a way, make a way, kung anong pwede namin magawa. And what I'm explaining to the team is their right mindset lang naman. It's all about mindset. Kung anong gusto ma-achieve. Ako, what I do now is, kagaya what I shared kasi sharing namin kanina, I'm still learning. I really want to learn more of this training, like sanay ka sa on-site ngayon, online. I have to train. Actually, I tried many things also, hindi lang coaching. I did, of course, nag-tried ako ng creative writing. Marami akong mga online coaching courses, mga ganyan, online and then talks about sa sports. And actually, mayroon akong may group ako ng mga sports leaders and coaches. May MWF group kami. Ang mga Olympians, sila Mama Kiko Thompson, sila Heidelin Diaz, may group kami na we normally ano pa ba yan? Mga sports leaders, si Noli Ayos at Ateneo de Davao, ano pa ba yan? Mga sports leaders, Coach Jong Wichiko, part ng group namin, Coach Sandy Arespacochaga. Meron kaming group of coaches and sports leaders that we talk about what's happening in sport and how can we develop ourselves. We develop ourselves. Nagkakaroon kami ng speakers from abroad. Meron kami, nag-uusap kami. We're planning. Nagpa-planning kami what to do in times of this, in times of this unprecedented times nga. Yung talagang hindi natin alam kung kailan tayo magkakaroon. There's uncertainty. But what we learned is as coaches should develop ourselves pa rin. Hindi kami pa pwedeng mag-stay, maging stagnant. We have to learn many things also, and we have to be mindful sa mentality. Importante ngayon is yung mental health So yung physical ngayon, it's not really the importance nowadays. It's the mental awareness and the mental health of all athletes. Kasi many athletes nawalan ng trabaho. Mayroong athletes na hindi makapaglaro. I mean, nawala lahat yung So I'm looking at it. Kaya sa amin, sa Chocomucho, it's not about, alam ni Denden, it's not about X and O's all the time. We talk about our mental health, our physical wellness. It's really cura personalis. It's really, ourselves as a whole. So, yun ang ginagawa namin. But ang importante lang, proper mindset. Ganon din naman sa Ateneo. Ganon din naman ang ginagawa namin. It's not about the strength right away or the physicality, but I have to be aware for their mental health also. So yun ang aking mga namin. Ako din may mga anxieties, but I just sabi ko nga courage at the present, faith in the future. I mean, kailangan lang tayo maging matapang sa nangyayari ngayon Tapangan lang natin, and then faith in the future, and faith and hope in the future na makakapaglaro tayo ulit. Makakabalik tayo ulit, makakapagturo ako ulit. Kasi 'di ba? Parang feeling namin nawala yung purpose namin eh. Ako nawala yung purpose ko to teach. Sila nawala yung purpose nila na maglaro and magpasaya. Nawala yung purpose eh. But in faith and in hope, sure soon makita rin namin ulit yung purpose namin.
Wow. And on that note, I don't know how we can end better than that. We always get a memorable quote from the coach Oliver Almadro. Courage at the present, faith in the future. I like that, coach. I like that. I like that.
That was really nice.
Coach, maraming salamat. I know it's been a long day. I know you have many responsibilities, but we're very thankful to have heard your entire story here on Volleyball DNA. Coach, maraming salamat.
Thank you very much for inviting me here. I don't know if I'm the right person here, but I hope nakatulong din ako sa inyo at sa mga nakikinig sa inyo na mga avid followers ninyo. Hindi lang ako nakabawi ng todo kay Rex. So next time.
Maraming salamat, Coach.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Coach.
Anton. Thank you, Den. Thank you, Den. Thank you very
Coach.
much. God bless you both.
And thank you to everybody watching, and we'll see you all on the next episode.
Thank you for watching Volleyball DNA. Make sure you hit the subscribe button to get notified for future episodes and interview highlights.
And while you're at it, head over to our Facebook page by clicking on the link in the description.